Hello, I'm Jose Silva. Many people today talk about attraction, but for me, it was always about problem solving. When I started my research, it wasn't to attract wealth or fame. It was to help my children improve their grades and solve everyday challenges. I was an electronics technician, and I understood that every system, whether a radio or the human brain, operates best at a specific frequency. I discovered that by learning to consciously use our brain at a lower frequency, the alpha level, we could create a more effective internal environment for solving problems and achieving goals. This isn't magic. It's a practical, repeatable technique based on how our minds are designed to function. It all started with a simple question: can we train our minds to be more efficient? My first subjects were my own children. I noticed they struggled with concentration and memory, which are common problems. From my work in electronics, I knew that reducing resistance in a circuit allows energy to flow more efficiently. I wondered if the same principle applied to the human brain. The brain operates at different frequencies, measured in cycles per second. In our normal waking state, we are in beta, a high-frequency state with a lot of mental static. I theorized that if I could teach my children to lower their brain frequency to the alpha level, a calmer, more orderly frequency, their minds would become more receptive to information and better at solving problems. This simple idea was the foundation of everything that followed. It was about creating mental clarity, not just wishful thinking. Before we go deeper into the formula, I'd like to know where you are watching from. It's important for me to see how far these ideas have traveled. Please comment with your city or country, and if you're interested in learning practical mental techniques, subscribe to the channel. Seeing our community grow from all corners of the world is a wonderful confirmation of this work. We are all connected by the desire to use our minds more effectively. This journey is something we can all take together, applying these methods to our own unique challenges and sharing in the results. So, let me know where you're from, and let's continue this exploration into the potential that exists within each of us. The core of my discovery is this: the alpha brainwave state is the key to accessing the full potential of your mind. Operating between 7 and 14 cycles per second, this is the state you naturally enter during light meditation, daydreaming, or just before falling asleep. At this level, both hemispheres of the brain begin to work in harmony. The logical left hemisphere and the creative, intuitive right hemisphere synchronize, creating a powerful state of mind I call subjective consciousness. In this state, your imagination becomes more vivid and impactful. You can use this internal dimension to program your mind for success, correct unwanted habits, and find creative solutions to problems that seem impossible to solve in the everyday beta state. It's a trainable skill, just like learning to ride a bicycle. Now let's talk about the formula itself. It's a 3-step process that I developed through years of experimentation. The steps are simple to understand but require practice to master. Desire, belief, and expectancy. These are not just words. They are specific mental states you must create and hold at your alpha level. Desire is the first and most crucial step. You must have a burning desire for your goal to be achieved. It cannot be a casual wish. It must be something you truly want with deep emotional intensity. This intensity acts as the energy that fuels the entire process. Without a strong, clear desire, your mental programming lacks direction and power. It's the engine that drives you toward your objective. The first step, desire, must be clearly defined. You cannot simply say, "I want to be successful." What does success mean to you? You need to create a vivid mental image of your goal as if it has already been achieved. This is where the mental screen comes in. At your alpha level, you will project this image onto a screen in your mind. See the details, feel the emotions associated with it. For example, if your goal is to solve a specific problem at work, you don't just wish for a solution. Instead, you visualize the outcome. You see yourself confidently presenting the solution, you hear the positive feedback, and you feel the sense of accomplishment. This isn't just daydreaming. It's a focused mental act of creation. The second step is belief. Once you have a strong desire, you must genuinely believe that your goal is attainable. Many people stumble here because their conscious doubts interfere with the process. This is precisely why practicing at the alpha level is so effective. In the calm, receptive state of alpha, you can bypass the logical barriers and limiting beliefs of your conscious mind. You are communicating directly with your subconscious, which does not distinguish between a real experience and a vividly imagined one. By repeatedly visualizing your goal at the alpha level, you are instilling a deep sense of belief. You are programming your mind to accept this desired outcome as a reality, which then begins to influence your actions, perceptions, and opportunities. The third and final step is expectancy. This is perhaps the most subtle but powerful component. Expectancy is not just hoping for a good outcome. It is the confident feeling that your goal is on its way to you. It's a deep inner knowing that the solution or outcome is inevitable. You live with the feeling of the wish fulfilled. This is different from belief. Belief is knowing you can achieve it. Expectancy is feeling as if it is already happening. This state of positive expectation sends a consistent signal to your subconscious mind and seems to align circumstances in your favor. It's the final ingredient that solidifies your mental programming. Desire provides the fuel, belief builds the framework, and expectancy opens the door for the outcome to manifest in your reality. Let's put this into a practical exercise. To reach your alpha level, find a comfortable position, close your eyes, and direct them slightly upward behind your eyelids at about a 20-degree angle. This simple action naturally helps facilitate the production of alpha brainwaves. Now take a deep breath and, as you exhale, mentally repeat and visualize the number 3 times. Then, take another deep breath, and as you exhale, mentally repeat and visualize the number 2 3 times. Finally, take a third deep breath, and as you exhale, mentally repeat and visualize the number 1 3 times. At this point, you have reached a basic level of alpha. This is your functioning level where you can begin your mental work. If you're understanding how this works and want to learn more Silva Method techniques, subscribe to the channel. And tell me in the comments if this content is useful. This 3-to-1 method is a simple countdown that helps you shift your consciousness from the outer world to the inner world. With practice, simply closing your eyes and thinking of your level will be enough to enter this state instantly. It's a tool, and like any tool, the more you use it, the more effective it becomes. The goal is to make this state of mind easily accessible so you can use it anytime you need to solve a problem, enhance your creativity, or program a goal. Regular practice is the key to making this a reliable and powerful skill in your life. Once you are at your alpha level using the 3-to-1 method, you apply the formula. First, project your desire onto your mental screen. See your goal clearly and vividly, as if it's already accomplished. Immerse yourself in the scene. Engage all your senses. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? Generate a strong positive emotional charge connected to this image. Second, cultivate belief. As you hold this image, tell yourself that you not only have the ability to achieve this, but that the process is already in motion. Feel the conviction in your heart that this is a real possibility for you. Repeat a phrase like, "This or something better is now manifesting for me." Third, generate the feeling of expectancy. Feel the gratitude and relief of having already achieved your goal. Imagine telling a loved one that your problem has been solved or your objective has been met. How would that feel? Let that feeling of happy expectation fill your entire being. Hold this state for a few minutes. When you feel complete, you can come out of your level by slowly counting from 1 to 5. On the count of 5, your eyes will open and you will feel wide awake, better than before, and fully confident that your mental work has been effective. This process programs your mind to seek out and create the circumstances necessary for your success. I saw this work time and again, first with my children and then with thousands of people who attended my classes. A man struggling to find a new job used the technique. He didn't just wish for a job, he visualized the specific type of work he wanted, the environment, and even the feeling of receiving his first paycheck. He practiced every day. Within a few weeks, an unexpected opportunity arose that was a perfect match for what he had been visualizing. Was it a miracle? No. By programming his mind with such clarity, he began to notice opportunities he would have otherwise overlooked and presented himself with a confidence that made him the ideal candidate. He aligned his inner world, and his outer world followed suit. Another case involved a woman who constantly lost her keys. It was a small but persistent problem in her life. I instructed her to, at her alpha level, visualize herself placing her keys in a specific bowl by the door every time she came home. She was to mentally rehearse this action, with a feeling of calm control. After just a few days of this mental practice, the habit became automatic. Her mind had been programmed to execute the desired behavior without conscious effort. This demonstrates a key principle. You can use these techniques not just for big goals, but for correcting small, everyday problems. You are effectively rewriting your own mental software to better serve you in your daily life, creating more efficiency and less stress. The power of this formula lies in its consistency and its foundation in the natural workings of the brain. It's not about a one-time magical wish. It's about systematic mental training. Every time you enter the alpha level and practice the desire, belief, and expectancy formula, you are strengthening the neural pathways associated with your goal. You are training your brain to operate from a solution-oriented perspective. You move through your day with a subconscious mind that is actively working to bring your desired outcome into reality. It recognizes relevant information, sparks creative ideas, and influences your behavior in subtle but powerful ways. This is a scientific, repeatable process that anyone can learn to use with dedicated practice. To practice these techniques and discover more about the Silva Method, subscribe to the channel. Comment, "I can achieve everything I set my mind to," if you believe in the method. Remember, it is practice that brings results. Don't just listen to these words. Apply this 3-to-1 method and the 3-step formula. Start with a small, believable goal to build your confidence. As you see tangible results, your belief will grow, and you will be able to tackle larger and more significant objectives. The potential is already within you. All you need is the right technique and the discipline to practice it. I developed this method to give ordinary people like you and me a practical way to use more of our minds. Now it is yours to use.